good afternoon from Central Florida, USA. This is Emmary. Welcome to Powerful Couple Journey, where we talk about life experiences here in the US, the immigration process I took from being a J1 teacher to getting a waiver and now a green card holder. So, for today's video, I am going to share to you my life lessons that I have here in the United States of America and the struggle, success, and eventually everything that is happening up to date. So, as of now, here in Central Florida, it's raining, and they're saying that there might be a Category 3 hurricane, maybe between Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So, we are praying for the safety of everyone here in Central Florida. And we are also looking forward to having sunshine because right now it's raining and we are not certain about the overall condition of the weather. But thankful that we are here in America and we can track the spaghetti models of the weather, and that is what we are looking from time to time. So, I would like to give you a story time about myself. I am from the Philippines in Negros Oriental, Bisaya, and a certified Filipina. I had a dream to come here in the US when I was in third grade and really wanting to learn about the overall experiences and what is it like living in America. I remember when I was still in third grade, there is a book that we read in English, and it says there that the first flying car will be here in the United States of America. And I don't know what's that. I was like, I wanted to be part of that wonderful sight, the flying cars. I know it's not happening as of now, but then that's already in my mind. I want to go to America. So moving forward, I have a lot of experiences in the Philippines, um, from being a broken family to having a good studies, because that's my motivation to really move forward and not look back on the past. I wanted to share my experiences that even though you come from a poor family and a broken family, you still can do it and just focus on something that you know that you could really do. So from elementary to high school all the way to college, I am an um, let's just say an honor student. So I had been a lot to different struggles as well. But then I was so into this idea that if I can have all the medals that I can have, somebody will really know that I am pushing myself and might be someday go somewhere in a country like in America. That's always at the back of my mind. So the moment I had a chance to be in college, I am a full scholar in Bio One City, and I was given a chance to study for free, and we have monthly allowance. So that monthly allowance I use that one for my hello for those who are watching, and I am so thankful that I already started to do budgeting, but then most of that goes to my projects, school projects. I like to do school projects, so I put a lot of embellishments in my school projects. Hello, thank you for watching. So now, um, during the time, I do really wanted to become part of the dance list, which I did. I really studied hard and do everything that I can, wanting to be part of the list, the honorable mentions. Then, in the fateful year of 2014, I was able to graduate in college, and I am a magna cum laude, and that is a Latin honor. And I'm so thankful because I gave that honor to my mom because she's a single parent and really helped me a lot when it comes to my studies and really pushed me to my limits because she said that I can do it. If anybody can do it, you can do it too. So that's also the motto I have always in my mind. And I do remember when we have our um, yearbook, you have to have your motto. And my motto there, it says that um, yield to God's timetable. His timing is always perfect. And I just put it there, but I always have that one in my mind. So there is something there in the Bible that also says there. It's Isaiah, I think that's 60:22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And it so happened that I became a teacher. I passed the licensure examination for teachers, and it has had a ranking. In the Philippines, you need to have a ranking in order for you to come to the teaching world. So I think I'm ranked third or ranked four for overall, like 200 applicants. And I'm so thankful because if you are in the top 10, they can give you a closer school for you to teach. And I was able to teach in a school which is only like, what, a mile away from the house. And I'm so thankful to that because it's giving me a lot of favor to just go home and rest, because teaching in the Philippines is also stressful, but it's our way of showing that our education is really important and we wanted to impart our knowledge to the kids. So on my third year as a school teacher, I was thinking, what should I do in order to upgrade to another level? So some of my friends are already studying their master's degree, and during the time I stopped because I have other priorities. I bought a single farmland, and you need to have a loan. So I took a loan, I bought a farmland, and um, the rest I paid the debts that we have during the studies I had, and at the same time, some expenses that we have for our family. Then it has happened that some of my friends had already applied here in the US. And I'm the kind of person that doesn't want to apply in anything, not unless I have already known somebody that is successful in doing so. So I asked some of them and I said, how did you do it? How did you come to America? What is the process? And most of them will not give you an idea, might probably because they know already the struggles of teaching here in the US. I can't blame them. But there are two people that I really admire, and they said, Emery, I will not sugarcoat here. It's really hard to teach here in America. But you are an elementary teacher, you might be able to do so. So they gave me the email address of the agency that they had, and they said you have to prepare a lot of money because you're not just spending for the agency, you're also spending for your visa sponsor and for the processes like going to the US Philippine Embassy for you to do your interview. I said, if this is the will of God, I'll do it. So I was able to connect to that agency, and they allowed me to really learn something. And they said you need to have a local interview. Once you pass a local interview, we are going to set you to have the international interview, which is an interview from the owner of the agency herself. That way they can vouch, or they know that you are really a good fit to teach here in the US. And most of the questions that they have are related to classroom management, your classroom styles, learning styles. How do you cope up with kids that are unruly? How do you have all these teaching skills that you have? Do you think this is applicable to teaching in the US? So all I was thinking was, oh, most of their questions are situational. It might be because they know already that we Filipinos are thriving and really excelling when it comes to teaching. However, they wanted to know if you have the heart to teach and the heart to really thrive and survive in the classroom setting. So I was able to pass both interviews, and they set me to have a training in Bacolod City. So we have to spend money as well for that. Good thing in the Philippines we have bonuses. So we have like clothing allowance, we also have like other 13th month pay, we also have some chalk allowance, something like that. So those are the bonuses that I used in order for me to not really spend a lot and have a loan, not unless they said you are already part of the screening committee, which is like go. The word is job offer. If you have a job offer already, then that's gonna be the case. You can have a loan and spend that one because that is already like 85% of the overall process. So they gave us a flyers, and they gave us like a step-by-step process on how to do it. So I did all the process, and I never told anybody except for the teachers I had there in the school that we had, because they knew that I'm in the process already, because it's not only me who filed for the teaching um, or wanting to teach in the US. There's two or three of us, but I'm the only one who really pursued it, because I'm the only one who had passed the local interview and the international interview, which is from the owner herself. Then I was given a chance to have principal interview, and I am so nervous. I feel like nervous during the time because the internet is not working. We don't have an internet in the house. The only internet place that I could find is in the school. And I didn't know that the time difference here in the US and the Philippines is like between 12 hours to 15 hours. So if I'll be interviewed in morning in the Philippines, it's going to be nighttime in Florida or in New Mexico, anywhere else, because our agency during the time is in between Arizona or New Mexico. So during the time, it's just a casual talk with me and the principal, and that's the only principal interview I have. I am so thankful to God because she is desperate to have a teacher, and she hired me to teach third grade. That's the job offer I signed. So I'm so excited. We have the visa sponsor. And the visa sponsor during the time, because it's already June, and um, July, August, September, those are the days that they have summer vacation, but they're also looking for teachers already. So most of the visa sponsors are filled, and I don't have anything anymore. I'm like, so I just trusted the Lord. I said, God, if this is your time for me to go to the US, I will embrace this one wholeheartedly, because I know your timing is always perfect. Then there is one visa sponsor that has opened, and that is CICD. Now, this is going to be the case for me. I was thinking, okay, I would really love to do this process because I know it's God's way of saying, yes, I'm going to open the doors for you to teach in the US. Then I have my visa sponsor. I paid for the visa sponsor through the agency, because there's three or four already: the agency, the visa sponsor, the school, and me. So we were having all the plans already, and my mom is already excited for me to go to the US. But the main reason I wanted to go to the US is, again, third grade. That's my dream already. And the other thing too is, no, I'm Asian, for those who are asking. So the other thing is, my mom during that time had cysts. She has cysts in her breast, and it's hard if you would like to get loan again in the Philippines and you don't have even the money to do it. So I was like, maybe teaching in the US could really have a lot of money to spend, at the same time build my own life, build my own career, and maybe when I go back after 5 years after teaching, I could have like a business, and that's what I'm gonna focus on. So that's the thing that I have in my mind. I never even think about housing or rental expenses, utilities, car expense, car insurance. Nobody told me about that. All I was thinking is, I'm gonna go to the US and I'm excited. That's the thing. But the process is not smooth. I have to go to banks to have the paper filing and scheduling for the embassy. And in our small island in Negros Oriental, I have to fly to America. I mean, to sorry, to the US Embassy in Manila. So that's the thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a lot of expense, and it's my first time to fly in a domestic airplane. So there's a lot of first during my processing. So, but I never lose hope, and I said, it might be the will of God. This is it. So, no turning back. I was able to get my job offer. I was able to get my visa sponsor, and then somebody said, "Oh, you are processing for your um, ways to go to America. You need to resign now." I'm like, "Why should I resign now? My friends who came here in the US, they never resign, not unless they have already an approved um, uh, visa." But they said, "No, no, no, this is the thing that we have now. We're gonna have to do our processing for your resignation." So I don't have anything else to do but to do that. And then here's the funny part: before resigning, since I already have a master's degree, and that is important, that way you could go from teacher one to teacher three. I became a teacher three. Get this, in end of April, I think that's May, end of April, May, I became a teacher three. And then by June, July, I'm processing to go to America. So like, I don't even have the chance to really enjoy the promotion I have in the Department of Education in the Philippines. But then I said, I'm gonna pursue this because I know God is really pushing me and telling me this is the time for you to go. So I had all my paperworks and have the resignation, but then I have a lot of faith in God, and I said, I can do this, I can do this. But then there's fear, because what if I get denied with my visa? So that means I'm jobless, and I don't want that because I'm the only breadwinner in the family during the time. Then I went to the processing, and then I told my mom, this is it, mom. Once I have this, I'm gonna have to prepare, pack my things, pack my bag. That's it. This is done. This is gonna be the thing. So my mom bade goodbye in August 2019. That is like the first week of August. We bade goodbye, and we went to Dumaguete Airport, and that's my first domestic flight ever. And after 5 years, I've never seen my mom, so that's why I miss her so much. So during the time, I was saying, this is going to be it. I need to pursue this. So I went to my aunt in Las Piñas, and we had, yeah, we rekindle our times together, because there's only like also like family problems between my mom's side and my dad's side. But then they said, oh, that's already done and it's part of the past, which I'm so grateful. So I stayed there for a while processing my papers, and then we went to the U.S. Philippine Embassy. We need to have a good attire. You need to have your DS 2019, your passport, your um, 2x2, I guess, white ID size picture, and you don't need to have a watch. You don't need to have a phone. We had a hotel. We had a hotel stay, I guess, for 2 days. That way, we could really prepare ourselves, and we never even eat good food. We just ate like noodles, stuff like that, because we wanted to save our money. Because they said you need to have at least $1,000, which is converted to Philippine peso. You need to have like, during the time it's like 56,000 for $1,000, 56,000 pesos to $1,000. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a big money, but I need to really save a lot. So I had my Philippine Embassy interview, and it didn't went well. So I'm so afraid. But my friends that are already approved, visa approved, they keep on praying for me as well. Then, but the immigration officer already knew that I'm really teaching in the US, and I have the credentials, I have all the paperworks. And then he never said you're approved. What he did was he said, I'll take your passport and you're gonna get your visa after a week. And I'm like, am I approved? And that is it. I'm approved. I'm so thankful to God. I have one friend who had her interview, she got denied even though she had the paperwork because her job description is not connected to her job offer. So what they did was once she got I mean after she got denied, they connect again with the hiring agency and the hiring school, and then they change the wordings there. That way it will match to her teaching experience and the job description she will have in the US. That way, it's putting two and two together. And that is what you needed. So, for those who wanted to have their path to teaching here in the US, you need to know what is really your skills and what's your educational background that is connected and can be reciprocated here in the US. That way, you don't have any problems when it comes to the US Embassy when you will have an interview. That is just tidbits that I can provide to you. Then, in a fateful day of August 15, which is in the Philippines, I already got my plane ticket, I already got my passport, and we need to have the PDOS or PDOS, which means we need to have like this training on what are we gonna do and what are the rights that we have as a J1 visa teacher exchange cultural program teachers. So I already asked the people there to have like at least 2 to 3 hours for me to stay because my plane ticket says I have to fly that day, August 15. They're so nice to me and they said, okay, after like 2, 3 hours of waiting there and sitting, listening to the advantages and what are our rights as a J1, they allow me to go and I bade goodbye to my friends. And that's the last time we saw each other because they're going to go to Colorado while I am assigned in Florida, which is I'm here in Central Florida. So it's like we need to split during the time, and I'm so afraid to fly by myself. But again, at the back of my mind, it's an adventure, Emery. You're gonna be in America. You're gonna have a lot of things to discover, even though you're gonna be flight solo. But I know there's gonna be people along the way that will help you, and that is so true. Why? The moment I went to the NAIA International Airport, I was like given an angel. She's a Filipina. She didn't talk to me. I didn't talk to her because I really don't talk to people, like talk to strangers, even though they're Filipina. But at the back of my mind, it's like, Lord, please help me, show me the way. How can I have my bags? How can I have my luggage and things like that? So this Filipina from the Iya airport to Taiwan, I saw her again. I'm like, oh my gosh, we might be in the same route. But I was thinking, yeah, we're gonna need to go to Los Angeles, California, or San Francisco for our first landing. Then we went to San Francisco, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the same Filipina again. And then she kind of started smiling at me, and she said, I saw you in Naiya Airport. Are you? Is this your first time in America? I said, yes. And she said, yeah, I live in Florida in Plantation Bay. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm also going to Florida. And then that's where we started talking. And then she's so nice to me, and she gave me assurance that in the state of Florida, it's like the Philippines. I have one of the best states because I don't have to adjust myself anymore since the weather in the Philippines and the weather in Florida is kind of the same. The only difference is during the burr months because we need to experience, I mean, we will have to experience fall and the coldness of the winter. That's it. But the remainder of the days and year, it's like the weather in Florida, I mean, the weather in the Philippines, there's no snow. So she assured to me that I'll be fine, I'll be okay, and she'll keep in touch. So during the time, we have different seating arrangement in the plane, but still she communicated with me every time she goes to the bathroom. She's checking on me. Hey, are you okay? Are you doing great? Stuff like that. Are you excited? She really is like hyping me to the way that it's like you're good, you're okay, you're fine. And it's like me praying to God that this that's one of my angels that is showing to me in a human form. So I'm so thankful for that fateful day. And then August 15 in the Philippines, landed here in the US is August 15 because like 12-hour difference. So I went to Fort Lauderdale. That is my first stop. And I taught in Lake Worth. That is my school. It's a charter school. It's not really nice to be in a charter school based on my experience because they are like semi private and semi public. So during the time, I experienced a lot of, let's just say, challenges. I feel like I'm in a lion's den because our principal during the time is really strict, and she always allow us to believe that I'm the one who brings you here in America. I'm the one who were able to connect with the immigration stuff with us. So she sometimes threatened us, and we live in a ghetto apartment. I thought it's a beautiful place. I thought like, oh my gosh, I'm in an apartment and all. But no, it's hard. In the first few months is good because we could go to different places, taking pictures. It's just like a honeymoon stage. But I felt a lot of stress in the months of September to October. And during my birthday, nobody visited me, even my principal. And she said, "Oh, we love you," stuff like that. Nobody. But I don't even wait for that. I'm not even I took pity on myself. That's a problem I have too. So it's only me and my friend who is a Filipina. I'm so thankful because I also have a Filipino friend who became like my family there because she's the only one who helped me. We cooked the the cake in the oven, and because I'm really like wanting to have all my money since I'm sending money to the Philippines to help my mom with her um breast cyst to have a surgery, and it's really hard. And during that time I really wanted to go back to the Philippines, like the anxiety, the problems, depression, the acne marks all over my face, it's showing. When I went to the school one day, our principal even asked my Filipina friend teacher, she asked like, hey, what happened to Emery? Why is she like acting so bad lately? Then my friend knew already because I told her everything. And then she said, "Oh, she's facing problems with her mom because her mom is having like surgery, stuff like that." And my principal, according to her, just said, "Oh, I feel bad for her." So I think again, all of the things that's like mixed emotions already, but I never gave up. I told myself, "Okay, Lord, you brought me here. I know you have a purpose." And you brought me here. I know you have a reason for everything. I believe in you. I know there's somebody who can help me. I reached out to my agency. They're good. They were able to communicate with me, but they can't help me. They even told me you have to stay there because the kids needs teachers and the school needs you. I understand that, but I told them I can't handle this anymore. Can you please help me connect to my visa sponsor that way I can find another school? Because I know I can't perform here. I told them that, but they never understand. So I told them, why not I'll just have money to prepare to have the New Mexico license because I can reciprocate or Arizona. They said, yes, you can do that, which I already have a license in Arizona. I wanted to get one license through New Mexico. They just took my money and they said, oh, you're not qualified to get this. I'm like, what? So I really fell out of love with respect to my agency during the time, but still we're good. The only thing that is I don't have like a nice experience with them. That's why if ever I wanted to encourage you coming here in the US, don't go to an agency. um Go directly, direct hiring. If you wanted to ask me, I can help you. I have like a template I can share to you, and I can let you know what are the steps in order for you to really do it on your own. But again, you need to spend money because you need to have like a foreign credential evaluation. And then their foreign credential evaluation with my agency, it's so expensive because they already put a cut rate on that one. So I was telling myself, if ever given a chance, I'll be helping other J1 or H1B aspirants to come here in the US without even paying a lot. Because I paid almost 750,000 pesos to a million. So think of that. But if you're going to do it yourself, most likely you're only going to spend 150,000 pesos to 250,000 pesos. So it depends on you. So during the time, I was so desperate. Good thing I was able to connect to one Filipina through Facebook, and she connected me to another Filipina, which is here in Central Florida. And she said, "We will go there to you in Thanksgiving." And I'm like, "What's Thanksgiving?" They said, "Well, that is our tradition here, and that is our one of the best holidays in November." I said, "Okay." So I marked my calendar, it's November, but they never came because during the time there is like a hurricane, just like now, there's a threat for hurricane. But in December, they said, "We will pick you up." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we're not even packing our stuff." She said, "No, no, no, we're on our way there now." So from here in Central Florida all the way to Lake Worth, it took them 3 hours and I think 20 minutes. So we packed all our stuff. My friend, Filipina friend, she's not even happy during the time because she said, "I already have arrangement with one of our American teachers. I will stay in her house. But you're dragging me to go to Central Florida?" I said, "Well, if you wanted to stay here, it depends on you." But she said, "Yeah, I'm going to try." But no, she's not happy. I can really tell. But it turns out good because those Filipinas, which I am like a family to them now, they help us to find something outside of the teaching that we have because they allowed us to connect and rekindle with other Filipinas. And it's so nice to know that you're not alone. You're not in alliance then. You're not hurting. You are here in America and you have the opportunity to teach. She even told me that in the Philippines, she is working as a social worker and she has a higher position. When she came here in the US, she's not a social worker, she works differently. And she said, "You are working as a school teacher in the Philippines and you brought your education here in the US. What a huge honor for that." And that is very nice for her. So she really boosts my confidence. She boosts not just my confidence, but also my friends' confidence. So we had the chance to go and look at many different places in Central Florida, and we do ice skating. We had like um, mini golf, things that we didn't experience. Like, wow, is this Central Florida? Wow, is this Orlando? And this a beautiful, beautiful place. So they brought us to, I think that was Disney Springs, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Disney!" And it's so nice as a Filipina who live in a very small island. If we talk about Disney, it's like, "Oh my gosh, Disney princesses, Disney stuff." It's like so beautiful. That's the mindset that we have. So it also helped me to really think like, "Oh my gosh, how I wish I can transfer schools." But it's already part of my idea to transfer. So we celebrated the Christmas in Central Florida. We had the chance to meet other Filipinas, and we had different games, Filipino games. They gave us lots of clothes that we could give to our family back home, lotions, perfumes, um, anything that they can give us. Oh my gosh, their car. So their car is so full because of our stuff. And you know what? The best part is they said I only have to stay in Central Florida for, I guess, 4 days. So we came here, I think that's December 22, 21, something like that. Then they had already asked, "Are you single?" I said, "Yes, I am." They said, "Okay, do you want an American?" I'm like, "I don't know. That's not part of my plan." They said, "Well, you have the chance, or you have an opportunity." Well, my other friend, she is married to the Philippines, married in the Philippines rather. so she doesn't have the, the urge to say like, hey, I wanted to get married as well or something like that, because it's not good. You're gonna have like a case for that in the Philippines if you'll find another partner. So they said, yeah, maybe one of the Filipinas here can help you out, and they can really um, connect you with another American that is a single American. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just, we don't know. Then she brought us to her work. Her work is like private caregiving, and she earns a lot of money. I'm telling you, like private caregiving in each individual houses, you're gonna get money. So during the time, she said, why not let the dogs out for a while I'm helping my patient, my client, and you just let the dog out and just explore the neighborhood. That's what she said. So while we were having like time outside in the front yard, this Filipina with her American husband stopped and she said, are you with this Filipina that I knew? I said, yes. And she's here working right now. She said, are you the single Filipina that is from Lake Worth? I said, yes, I am. She said, okay. Are you looking for like an American that you wanted to meet? I said, yeah, that's what they said. She said, okay. And December 27, we're going to let you find somebody. I'm like, what? Already? I'm just smiling. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? I don't even know how to speak to an American. So but it's like for them it's so exciting already. So in December 27 on an evening time, it's raining. And I told myself, nah, I don't want to dress nicely. I just want to dress like who I am. Because I asked already my best friend in the Philippines. I said, hey, they're wanting me to partner with an American here. And it's just like a meet and greet. Do you think I have to dress nice? And she said, based on my experience, what she said, based on my experience, just be yourself. Just be yourself, Emery. Just dress nicely and like casual. And do not put a lot of makeup. Just be natural. I said, okay. So I did that, and then this guy right here, um, she came to the house, and there's a lot of Filipinas. There's a lot of Filipinas. It's like panliligaw in the Philippines. They're gonna have to let talk to an American before letting to talk to you. So I'm so thankful to them because they arranged everything for me, and my um, husband now, he's the one who I met in a fateful night of December 27th. And I'm so happy because right now we have a lot of things already that has been done with the help of the Lord. So that's a faithful day, and I will not forget that because it's so magical for me in a way that I cannot even imagine that he's single, no strings attached, no kids, and he is a mature person, and he really wants to be with a Filipina who can understand him, who has the same faith as him, because I'm a Christian and he's a Christian too. We go to church together and we really put God first in our relationship. And that's what matters the most to us. We don't think about a lot of material possessions because we know all of the things that comes here in the world comes from the Lord, and it has to be given to you in a way that is based on the will of God. And that's how we do our work, and that's how we have our life connected to the Lord Jesus Christ. So that's the thing. So I'm so happy that we connected, we exchanged messages, and yeah, after like what 4 days, he's already my boyfriend. so so I said, okay, let's make this official, December 27 and stuff like that. So I have to go back to Lake Worth, and we still communicate through Skype. So we use Skype because he doesn't want to have any social media accounts. He doesn't want Facebook, Instagram, not all of those. He just wanted to have a Skype that we can connect. So that's what we did. And then we were able to plan a lot of stuff. And he said, are you really hurting in your school? I said, yes. So he said, well, find another school that you wanted here. I tried twice. I went here with my friend back in Central Florida because she already applied. She got a job. I didn't get the job. So I was crying during the time because she has to leave the apartment and I have to pay the apartment all by myself. And my paycheck is not even, oh my God, remotely close to how much apartment is. So once you are here, think about this. If you wanted to get an apartment of your own, think of the society that you have. That way you don't have to spend a lot of money or you need to split the bill with your other Filipino teacher. That is supposed to be done, or else it's gonna be so hard. So I experience those times that I don't have enough money that I usually send to the Philippines because I'm supporting myself, I'm supporting my family back home. So during the time, I'm just like, I'm just gonna do this. I know God will help me out. Then one time, our co-teacher said, "Don't go to Indeed, just go directly to schools." I'm like, "I don't know how to do that." She said, "Find schools that is close to the county that you wanted to teach or the county of your friends, Filipino friends. Then research for the school." So research for the school and look for the email address of the principal and email him or her directly. Give your resume, give your cover letter online through Gmail. Then wait because they're going to connect with you. For sure, you have the credentials. For sure, you have the certifications. There is somebody who is desperate enough to hire you. And I'm like, I don't want to have a desperate principal. I wanted to have a relaxed principal who will hire me. And she said, pray, which I did. I prayed every single night, every single day. Every time I stepped into my charter school, which is our principal says, this is my school. That's what she always say. I always pray to the Lord and said, God, I'm in alliance. Then again, I know you're going to help me. I know you're going to be by my side. And I have my boyfriend during that time, and I feel like a little bit relaxed because he's an American. So I arranged everything to come here in the to come here in Central Florida. I didn't even tell my principal because she already knew that one of my Filipino friend already left to find work in Central Florida, and she already knew that I already am looking for other jobs as well because I cannot stay all by myself in the apartment. So she asked me everything like, "Oh, Emmary, if you're gonna find another school, if you're gonna do this and that, I'm gonna connect to the immigration officer and I'm gonna let them know about your status." So she really threatens me. And I'm like, I asked my other Filipino friends about it, and she said, "No, Emery, she can't do that to you. She can't communicate with an immigration lawyer. What for? You came here legally. She can't do that to you. She just wanted to threaten you. That way you can stay with her. And she's going to be like, over you. She's the superior and you're inferior." So I'm like, okay, I need to do my best. And the tips, one of the tips that my friend says, because she got the job, she said, think of this. Every time you have an interview, you are selling yourself. How can you sell yourself? Just just be confident and just tell them about your work experience and put your shoes into them. How can you convince them? So that's what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, I'm like a product. I'm selling myself to the interviewer. So that's what I did. So there's like four people who interviewed me during the time, and we have like casual talk. I just smiled at them and all, and they said, "Okay, thank you so much for the experience. Thank you for applying to our school, and we will arrive to a conclusion later." So I thought I'm gonna be hired on the spot because my friend is hired on the spot. I asked for my Filipina friend. She drove me. She's very nice. She's a nurse, and every time I ask for her help, I always get the job. I'm so thankful to her. I call her Ate, and that means big sister. She's very nice. So while driving from the school that I got an interview with towards one of the roads that we had to take, then they texted me, "Congratulations, you're hired." I'm like, oh my gosh, I got hired in Central Florida. It's that time. That time is very crucial because It's already March 2020, and the pandemic started already in 2019. That's December 2019, but it never hit much during March of 2020. So during the time, I had all the resignation papers, and then my principal, of course, is not happy with it. I'm like, I'm sorry. This is how you treat me, and this is how you do a lot of like nasty things. I just don't want even to tell you everything here because it's very inappropriate in a way that I don't want to discourage you. Okay, I want you to have that fighting spirit. If you wanted to teach here, put all your 100%. And at the back of your mind, your family, and in front of you, your faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. Always have that, or else you're going to be other teachers that after 6 months, they went back because they can't. They can't. They miss their family, they miss their work, and they can't live here because of depression. So if I were you, have an emotional preparation. Okay. So March 2020, I was able to have all the papers and submit it to her, and yeah, all the lights and stuff like that. I managed to process because she wanted me to get out of the lease. Well, I'm so thankful too, or else I might pay the lease for the whole year. Filipino house, and during the time it's online teaching. So my academic coach, she's the nicest person ever. She is still in the school that I worked in, and she is helping me. She's navigating me on the things, and she is even helping me when it comes to like teaching the kids. It's like I don't know how to teach the kids online. I'm like, you just hired me, and then I never went to the school afterwards because it's pandemic time, and it's like God. is really put every timing. See, I'm telling you, God is the right timing for you. So it's like a pandemic time, and I was teaching online and things like that. And I even heard from other teachers saying, hey, why are you helping this Filipina? Why are you helping her a lot in a way that she was hired to do this and you're doing all the work? I said, she's not doing all the work. I'm doing the work too, but it's that I can't do this all by myself since I don't have any experience. So the academic coach is really approachable and she's helping me. Then after like June, I messaged our principal saying, thank you so much for allowing me to teach. Would you like me to stay? And because every year you have a contract, they're gonna have to do a contract to you if they're gonna want you to stay in their school or find another school. My principal, she's very nice. She's even my friend in Facebook as well until now. She said, oh, thank you so much for your service. I think you can move forward and find another school. So I talked to my academic coach and I said, you know what? I'm so sad right now because Miss So and so said that she might be able to let me go and find another work. She said, oh, Emmary, you put a lot of effort in her school already, even though you do work remotely, but you're showing up every single day. Don't you worry. I'm going to talk to her. Boom. After 4 hours, she said, Emmary, did Miss So and so already message you about the job offer she gave you? I said, what? So I look at my email and then the principal says, yes, Emery, you have to go back here and then we're going to have to do a contract signing again. That way you can teach in our school for the next school year. And I'm like so thankful to God. And I dig the um, history why my academic coach has a very soft heart when it comes to Asian or to the Filipinas. This is what she said. There is one principal that she worked with because she already worked in the school for I think 19 years in the year 2020. She said there is one principal who is a Filipina and she's the nicest principal, one of the nicest principals she ever had. And she said, I know and I can see in you, Emery, that you have the chance to really teach well. You have that way of sharing your knowledge and ideas to the kids. It just needs to be polished. It's just, you need to be firm, okay? And I can help you with that. If I'm your academic coach, I can always help you with that. And I'm like, wow, Lord, thank you so much. I'm the only Filipino during the time. And even the school district doesn't know about J1. But now, in our county, they're hiring not just 20, but almost 202 more J1 teachers all over the country. So they're hiring from Jamaica, they're hiring from the Philippines, mostly in the Philippines. So I'm like, I am one of the first Filipinas who work as a J1 teacher there. And I'm so thankful because of that journey. And I had the chance to work in the year 2020 to year 2023 with them. It's like 4 school year. Then in December 27, 2020, that's the day that me and my husband, boyfriend during that time met. He proposed to me. He proposed to me in December 27, 2020. And I'm so thankful because it's like God's way of saying, yes, Emery, this will be your lifetime partner. And he's a Christian. And that is my number one standard, to really have the faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. And I'm not the one who's pushing. I'm not the one who's giving the idea. He's the one who initiates about praying, going to church, having a family oriented relationship. And that's what I like. And I had the chance to have an American fiance. And then I'm so thankful because during the time he also helped me with my car, processing my car. Although I'm paying for my car, so he is the first person in the car. I'm the second person. So we're like co-makers, something like that. So we found an apartment no, not an apartment, sorry, a rental house, because after like 4 months we were thinking we wanted to get married, we wanted to become official and stuff like that. And during that time, on the day that he proposed to me, I told him we need to open a bank account. Even though we don't have to put our finances together, he has his own bank account and bank statement. I have my own bank account, bank statement. We need to have a joint bank account because in my mind, I am a J1 teacher with 212E rule, 2-year home residency requirement. Whether I like it or not, I will be imposed with a 212E rule. So that's one of the evidences that I will be placing, saying that we have commingling already. See, that's not only me who was thinking in this relationship, like, oh, it's like fluffiness, butterflies, everything. No, it's about your evidences. So in April of 2021, we got married, and it's a very simple wedding in a church. We got married in the church. Our pastor initiates that one, or he's the one who helped us with everything together with his wife. They're the nicest ever. We have a very big church, and I have Filipinos coming. I have the partners of Filipinos who came to our wedding, and our reception is in the pool, so it's like a very nice one. I decorate because I like to do decorations and balloons and stuff like that. So we never really spend a lot of money, but our church is so beautiful already. They have like digital televisions that they could project your name or project different kinds of designs. It's like beautiful with all the lights. Oh my gosh. So it's simple, but it's beautiful. I'm telling you. And of course, I got married in America. That's another thing too. I'm so, so happy about that one. So my mom wasn't able to come because it's pandemic, and she can't really fly here right there and then. She needs to have a tourist visa, which I haven't got the chance to process that one because she's also healing from her breast cyst. And my father-in-law, which is he is in Colorado, he has his surgery during the time and he's still healing. So we just had them Skype. The other one is through Facebook Messenger, and the other one is through Skype because we're using an iPhone. So iPhone and iPhone can have like a Skype or like FaceTime. That's the one, FaceTime. So we were able to do that. We pulled that off and we took pictures and all. And I do really had the intention to take all pictures in all angles, showing my mom, my father-in-law in the picture with us, and my family, which is the Filipinos together, because those are the pictures I needed to submit to the USCIS and Department of State when I have to file my waiver. So see, during the time I already have like planned out in advance. It's not just like, oh, okay, we got married and all, and we just have to file afterwards. And oh, can I have a question? No, I already have something in my mind that these are the documents I needed. Then my husband says, so okay, it's time for us to process our filing. I said, we just got married for a month. Do we want to start? She says, yeah. What is the first one we have to start? So we together we research it. The first one you have to do is you have to have Form I-130, the petition for alien relative, which is me, the alien relative of my husband, because he's a US citizen. Then I have to file the Form I-612, which is the waiver from the USCIS, and then submit the DS-3035 to the Department of State. But nobody told me about the Department of State yet. So what I did was I focused on the USCIS. Okay? But if I will have to start over again, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm already a green card holder from being a J1 teacher with 212 rule, and I'm sharing my ideas to you. So please share the ideas as well. Watch more videos I have here in the Powerful Couple Journey. That way you'll also know about all of the things I had done, which is very successful for me, and it might help you too. And the templates, powerfulcouplejourney.com. And if you wanted to do one-on-one with us, you can do it through a Zoom meeting. And I have friends that already had helped out. So don't worry about it. I'm sharing my ideas based on my experience. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I am just a J1 teacher who was able to get my waiver through exceptional hardship with my US citizen spouse. Do it yourself. And I haven't spent $5,000 to $20,000. I never even remotely spent those. So if you are here watching on how to do the process, then this is the process I took. Submit your Form I-130, alien petition, petition for alien relative through online. Then submit your Form I-130A, which is the supplement that you can have. The signature has to be mailed. And the money order, I use money order. I haven't used my credit card. You can mail that one. Always use black ink. Then you can submit your DS 3035 to the Department of State. Follow their lead online portal, which is the travel.state.gov, or you can Google. Everything is in Google now. The only difference is you cannot find a lot of like successful J1 waiver. So those are the things you need to be strategic on this. Then if you are planning to submit on your second year and fourth year, that's the best time. If you do it in your third year, which I did it in my third year, do not tell your visa sponsor, not even your close friends, or else they might tell your visa sponsor and they're gonna cut you off and you no longer are entitled to working through your visa sponsor, and you need your work permit, and that will take 6 months to 8 months, and you don't want to be out of status and you don't want to be unemployed, or else it's going to be so hard in your part, most especially if you are like me, you're the breadwinner of your family too. So think about those consequences. So second year as a J1 teacher is a good time to submit your J1 waiver, or fourth year. That way you have 2 years to buy time. Form I-130, Form I-130A, DS-3035, Form I-485, Adjustment of Status, Work Permit, Form I-765, Travel Document, Form I-131, and there are other forms that you can submit. Everything, all instructions are already in the USCIS portal. All you need to do is to research. Then the other thing too is this. If you're, this is important, DS 2019 says you are not subject to the 212E rule, but your visa says you are subject to the 212E rule, it doesn't mean that you are not subject. What you have to do is to file an advisory opinion to the Department of State, which is free. This is free. So all you need to do is to submit. It's free, and ask them. So they have their complete online application. Follow the prompts and they're going to give you your case number. Most probably this will take 2 to 4 months before they're going to give their decision to you. And most of the time, J1 teachers from the Philippines are subject to the 212E rule home residency requirement because of our skills list. And that is part of the Department of State. If you could just take a look at that, dig deeper, you will know why, and you'll know the skills list. Now, if you are planning to do your waiver, you can do an immigration lawyer who is already willing to help, at the same time already had involved in the process of other J1 teachers from the Philippines filing their J1 waiver, which means they already have an experience. Because I have known some J1 teachers with our group. I created J1 Waiver Helping Hands group through Facebook. We are already 3,400 there. Some of them are saying that they just give them money, but this immigration lawyer just get money every time through Zelle, and that even helping them with their questions, and that is so frustrating. So if I were you, find a good immigration lawyer. J1 Waiver Helping Hands group through Facebook. Just agree to group rules and I will accept you immediately, and you will learn something about there. What are the things, what are the forms, what is my complete timeline? That way you will know what are the things that I processed and what are the things I prepared for me to get my waiver to getting my green card. So this is just my way of sharing to you my experiences and how I did it in the year 2019 all the way to today's date. And please pray for Florida because we might have a category 3 hurricane in Wednesday or Thursday. And for those that are in a very vulnerable place, it's going to be a hard thing for them. So a lot of people are already preparing for the hurricane. And please keep on praying for Florida. That way, we're going to be safe and hoping that the hurricane will not really hit hard for this year. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey. And please watch the videos that we have here to cater your needs. Once you're asking about immigration processes, especially with J1 Waiver, and this is based on our own experiences. Again, Powerful Couple Journey and powerfulcouplejourney.com for the templates that you will have to use in order for you to get successful with your J1 waiver. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep in touch with us. This is Emmary, and I'll see you on my next video. God bless.